Spring on Western Swing Television, and we're set to give you stories making headlines in the ever-busy world of sports. The biggest, most spinning and the most lucrative football competition in the world kick-started yesterday, and that's the UEFA Champions League. Emphatic win for Barcelona and Manchester City. All this and more we'll be talking about on the show this morning. I am Joseph ATEWEH.
And I am NENGI ERNEST-ADEMOLA. Thanks for joining us in the midweek edition of Sports Spring on Western Spring Television. A whole lot to talk about. Like I will usually say, we have a whole lot of stories making headlines in the world of sports that we have on our bucket list to tick for you guys this morning. And definitely we'll talk about the UEFA Champions League. What a bright start for Manchester City, FC Porto, RB Leipzig, not leaving out Barcelona against Antwerp. And of course, Feyenoord, what a bright start to the group phases of the UEFA Champions League yesterday. Although, even if it was a bright start for Manchester City, it was not so good for Erling Haaland, who, wasn't able to make use of his chances and opportunities well yesterday. Well, all of this and more is what we're going to dish out to you this morning. But first off, we'll start off from the local scene and talk about the NNL.
Yes, we'll start from the local scene where we know the NNL-AGA holds on Thursday in Jos, and that's according to a communique that was passed yesterday.
Absolutely, and let's get into details as it concerns the AGA, which is going to hold on Thursday in Jos as it concerns the NNL. Now, the city of Jos, Plateau State capital, North Central Nigeria, will now host the 2023 Annual General Assembly of the Nigerian National League. Now, the NNL-AGA was earlier fixed for the 7th of September 2023 in Abuja, but had to be postponed due to reasons of logistics. The body can confirm that Plateau State Governor has graciously approved that the state, which prides itself as a home of peace and tourism, host the 14th edition of the Annual General Assembly on Friday, September 29th, 2023. Now, the 40 NNL teams expected to compete in the new 2023 and 2024 season are expected to arrive at the teen city of Jos on Thursday, 28th September 2023, with only their president or one representative. And of course, we also understand that club representatives are expected to depart Jos on Saturday, 30th, at the end of deliberations of the Annual General Assembly. And of course, we also know that the kickoff date for the new season, format of the league, and other matters will be finalized at the Annual General Assembly. So there you have it. The AGA is to hold the 14th edition of the AGA for the NNL is to hold on Friday, September 29th, 2023, just to deliberate on matters.
And his words, he has promised to attend things around at Nasarawa United, and that's the situation. But more details lies on the decks of NENGI.
Absolutely. Now, talking about Nasarawa United getting a new chairman, that has to still do with updates coming from the NNL. Now, in readiness for the upcoming Nigerian National League season, the governor of Nasarawa State has reshuffled Nasarawa United management and technical crew. Nasarawa United dropped the second tier of Nigerian football last season after they finished in the 9th position of the abridged format league with 14 points from 18 games. The governor appointed Othman Bala after he dissolved the previous board of the club, and he also approved Usman Adams as the technical advisor of the club, and he will lead the newly constructed of the Nigerian Women Football League. You would understand the fact that the Shiros Cup comes before the Nigerian Women Football League kickstarts its new season. That's for every campaign. And we have an update on our decks as it concerns the Shiros Cup this time around. And organizers of the Shiros Cup have revealed that the 2023 Shiros Cup is scheduled to kick off October 7th, 2023 in Abuja. Already, 12 clubs have confirmed their participation and expected to take part when the Premiership level of the Nigerian Women Football League gets underway, which also serves as pre-season tournament. The participating clubs include Adamawa Queens FC, Bielsa Queens FC, Confluence Queens FC, Danas Ladies FC, Delta Queens FC, Edo Queens, not leaving out Ekiti Queens, Niger Rattles, Nasarawa Amazons, Rivers Angels, Royal Queens FC, and Sunshine Queens FC. These are the 12 clubs that, of course, are confirmed to participate in the Shiros Cup, which have been revealed that it will kick off on October 7th. Our venture between the Nigerian Premier Football League and the GTI, that's the Propel Sports Africa, to stream Nigerian Premier League, that's the NPFL. Games Live, Propel Sports is delighted to announce that it has entered a deal with the network giants in Nigeria to broadcast the games on mobile devices. The streaming will cover 8 live games each weekend
which translates to over 300 games per season. Basil Kabani, a chairman of the Propel Sports Africa, said, and I quote, "The engagement with the team at the network giant has..."
Still talk about the WAFCON 2024 and updates coming from the Super Falcons. Now, former coach of Nigerian women's under-17 team, Bala Nkiyu, has said that the Super Falcons have the complete team to book the ticket for the 2024 Women African Football Cup of Nations, that's the WAFCON, billed for Morocco. And speaking in the wake of the withdrawal of Sao Tome and Principe from the WAFCON qualifier, which automatically gave the Super Falcons ticket for the second round of the qualifiers, Nkiyu said the withdrawal was an added advantage for the NFF to give the women's national team the best assistance ahead of the second stage of the qualifiers. He also noted that a delay in appointing a coach to handle the Nigerian women's team would not in any way affect the performance of the Super Falcons, going by the team's performance at the Women's World Cup. And of course, I think updates reaching us from most of the dailies, as it was reported yesterday, is the fact that the NFF are in talks to be able to extend Randy Waldrom's contract because of his performance. In the Federal Capital Territory participating, and for former Nigerian sprinter, jumper and hurdler, Coach Seya Pobene, this year's NYG will help the various states discover more of fillies in athletics and other sporting events. Well, we cannot wait for the start of this year's National Youth Games. And the whole of Delta State, of course, is promising us a world-class event, and we do hope that will be so.
What's the name of the person you mentioned now? Is that the governor or the head of sports?
No, that's a former Nigerian sprinter, jumper and hurdler, Coach Seya Pobeni.
What?
Pobeni.
Okay. It's from Bayelsa?
Yeah, it's from Bayelsa.
Okay. All right, so just before we end it on the local scene, let's talk about the pre-Olympic qualifiers. We know that Ade Kuvoye has zoomed into the 200-meter semis, Nengi.
Absolutely. That's the situation right there. As it concerns pre-Olympic qualifiers, just like I rightly stated earlier on, that when it comes to most of the unlimited sports, we're definitely doing well as Nigerians. Now, Team Nigeria